Hi guys, this is Mrs. Schultz. I'm back with the last video for your colored pencil techniques worksheet. We've already gone through flat value, which is a gradual step down from dark to light, and we've already gone through graded value, which is a smooth blend from dark to light. And we're going to use graded value on this next one to do an even more advanced technique, which is color blending. And color blending is a gradual, smooth change from one color to another. And we're going to use graded value to accomplish that, but we're going to do graded value with two colors, and it's going to blend from color number 1 over here into color number 2 over here, and it's going to look like the two are, it's changing from one to the other. So to do that, I'm actually going to turn my paper. I'm going to be turning my paper a lot with this one, just like I did with the graded value. And remember, you want to have some extra padding underneath your paper so that you can get some smoother coloring going on. All right, so I'm going to actually work with blue and purple for my color blend. And I'm going to start with the blue because the blue is the lighter of the two colors. So I'm going to start up here in color 1. And I'm going to start just like I did with graded value. I'm going to start by pressing dark. And I'm going to lighten up. And this time I'm going to fade out a little bit earlier than I did with the other one. And I kind of gave you some hints with the arrows on your paper. Color 1 should probably stop right about where the arrow ends for color 1. So that's kind of a guide to tell you how far across you should blend with that first color. And I'm going to be filling in my edges just like I did on my graded value. Notice I'm staying inside the lines. I'm not coloring outside the box because on your project that's not something that you're going to be able to do, so you don't want to practice that way. And I know with graded value it's easy to want to be like all out here, but you won't be able to erase all of it completely gone. So you want to make sure that you are practicing keeping it neat and staying inside those lines. So I'm going to finish up here on this side. My pencil's acting a little funny. It's a little scratchy. So I'm going to finish on this side. Turn my paper a little bit. Can you see? Turn my paper just a little bit so that I can finish up that edge and go over and fill it up. Now I'm going to turn my paper completely upside down again, and I'm going to start purple on this side. So when I start with my purple, it's the exact same method. I'm going to start dark, and I'm going to fill in as I go across. Now, one thing you can do, and this is kind of a different technique, I guess I said I was going to use the same method, but I'm going to switch it up on you, is I can go a little slower and work all the way across that space as I shade. So I'm filling it up all the way across, and this kind of helps make it a little bit neater if you struggle with keeping your pencil lines together and keeping those like gutters from happening on the side. This will help if you just work that whole space, kind of gradually lightening up a little bit as you go down. And I'm technically doing like little ovals with my shading. So if you struggle with getting the gutters to smooth in, this might be a technique that helps you. So I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to fade out my purple, and see that arrow right there? That's about where I'm going to try to stop and have it fade completely out. All right, so I'm about there. I'm going to let that fade out. Okay, you can see those little oval-y shapes kind of helped smooth things out a bit. Now I'm going to turn this around the other way, and I'm going to go back with my blue, and I'm going to do another layer of the blue. And I'm just going to stretch the dark down just a tad bit further so that I'm overlapping and blending those colored pencils together on the paper, because we want those colors to try to mix on the paper. So then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to take my purple, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to go back up in here, and I'm going to try to blend this down and just go over and mix those colored pencils together so that they're one, looks like one blend of color. And it's nice and dense. We don't want a whole lot of white paper showing through the colored pencil in the middle, because we want those to like sandwich together and overlap. Okay, so we're getting really close here. There's a little streakiness here, and that's actually from something that's underneath my paper that left a mark. I don't know if I'm going to be able to blend that out, but I can try. So to try to blend that out, I'm going to color around it but I'm going to just do it lightly. And I'm going to see if I can't get that kind of to disappear into the stuff around it. If I went real dark, that's just going to make it worse. And if I go over the area that's too dark, that's obviously going to make that worse. So you got to be careful about that. It's not going to go away, but it's smooth enough. So now I picked up my blue again, and I'm just kind of working on blending out that middle area. And I'm just about done here. Okay, but I keep going back and forth, and I'm just going lightly in here to try to smooth things out. Now notice what I don't have now that I'm about finished. I don't have a rectangle in the middle where those two things overlapped. It's not like a Venn diagram where you have like red over here and blue over here and then an oval of purple in the center. That's not what we want. We want it to look like it's fading from one color to another. All right, so now your next task is to take all of these techniques and use them in this space down here and color this all in, demonstrating that you understand these and that you can find places to put them and where they're gonna work successfully down here in the bottom. All right, once you get all finished, make sure that you turn this in and then you can talk to me. I'll give you a little bit of feedback, and then you'll be able to get started on coloring in on your project. Good luck.